Hi guys, how are you? Hello. Sorry if I was quiet. I just had to send some messages to the community as always. I hope everyone is good. Great runner. Hello. Hello. Pamela D. Hello, how are you doing? Super good. Uncle and Grandpa on trade. Hello Nat. How are you this night? I'm super. Oh my god, Lauren is here. What's BTC going to do? I think it's gonna go down a little bit more than what we have right now. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's see. An evening live? What a treat. I know, right? I know. Okay, so what Bitcoin can do, well, I mean, this week that we're having, we've been talking about this week the whole time that the market will continue back down. Jack Joe, hello, how are you? Aman is here, hi, haha, where else would I be? My Ven here with me. So yeah, I definitely strongly believe Bitcoin will continue back down to 42,500. I've been talking about this for such a long time, and it's actually happening right now, and I'm not surprised at all. New listener here. Hello, let's go, Brandon 7224. Hi, did you see the call you gave before call? Yeah. Hello, Krypton in the house. Hello, Carlos Ochan. How are you guys? Yeah, so I am in two short positions on Bitcoin since I think it was around, I think it is around 47,300, around that level. We're coming up right now a little bit more. So I'm just gonna see where potentially the market can come to. I strongly believe the market will continue back down, even if we're having small pullbacks right now on the lower time frames. So yeah, I mean, going back in time, having 1, 2, 3 bearish candles going down, I mean, there's no coincidence the market will continue back down. So yeah, so let's see. We did break this mini support or lower low that we did have around 47,200. We broke it and we are retesting it right now. On the lower time frames, we could see the market giving us the fake out to the upside. Market comes back down. So right now we are retesting this previous support again, and then that is a perfect or a very good opportunity to sell the market. Remember, I'm no financial advisor, so everything that I do and say is only based on my own experience, and you know, everyone should take their own responsibility. But to where we can come back down to is obviously this previous lower low that we do have on the weekly chart, and that is around 42,000. I definitely believe market will come back down to that level, and then slowly, you know, we just might consolidate and then the market goes up. That's what I believe will happen. But if we are breaking the support or this previous lower low and you see the market continue back down, I mean, the market is going down. And that is why, if you did listen to my video yesterday that I had with Carl the Moon, and he also explained that it's such a huge difference being an investor and a trader. I am a trader, so I don't care if the market goes back down. I don't care about that because I'm selling the market. So this is what we need to understand, and I understand that a lot of people want the market to go back up and, you know, all of these things. I understand that, but being an investor and a trader, that will also calm you down because you know the market it has to pull back. The overall picture, we're still in the uptrend, right? We are still in the uptrend. Market just needs to come back down, and then we are using 42,600 around that level to see how the market will behave around that one. This is just panicking. I understand that people are panicking, but if you understand market structure, it is what it is, right? And I do believe we strongly will continue back down. Hello, all from UK. Well, hello, Star. Oh, you don't do that, Natalie. Start speaking English. 42 to 50 again. Yeah, so I do believe market will continue back down, as I told you guys. Oh yeah, right. I'm gonna write everything down what I'm doing. I kind of almost forgot that. Most important thing, write down things, right? Let's see. Anywhere. Are there any type of courses to learn the crypto game like Natalie? We don't actually have a course right now. Sorry about that, but we are working on it from Bitcoinsensus. How far can we go? Do you believe it will reach 42k even lower? 42? What? 42k? Yeah, sure. I mean, the last higher low that you do have on Bitcoin on the weekly time frames, that is around 42,000. So you just might see the market trying to break that level, but then it breaks to the upside. So glad I found you, learned about you on the moon. I really enjoyed the way you explain everything. I am new at crypto. Thank you. Well, welcome. I'm super happy to have so many people from Carl the Moon's channel. It was an honor to be on his channel. I'm super happy about it. Super happy. And just as I said on the channel, I'm trying to make everything as simple as possible, because I know how hard it is, and I know how hard people actually it's not that hard. It is hard, but so many people are complicating everything. That's how I see it. It's not easy, of course. I mean, it's easy for me to say right now, right? Because but I've been doing this for so long, and I'm just trying to make everything so simple as simple as possible. Simplicity is key, guys. It's key in everything. Whatever you're doing, it's key. Peace of Christ be with you, my beautiful friend. You have great speech, voice, and excellent knowledge. Continue being. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so is there any pair that you want me to go through? Is there anything specific? Any specific pair? We can go directly okay, so this is also what you can see. So I'm having a small support right here, as you can see, at the low of 9th of December, 10th of December. And that is actually where the market is coming up to right now. We can look at the lower time frames, how you can see the market is reacting to it. So that is really good. It's really good. Yeah. So I am in 2 sell positions, and I'm in profit, and I've been in the sell position since this when did I take the trade? This morning, I think so. Henrik Söderström, may price be with you. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna look at Matic first, because that's what I saw. Okay, let's see Matic. And if you haven't liked this live stream, guys, please go inside, hit the like button so we can reach out to more people, and we can try to explain cryptocurrencies and trading overall more easier, right? Let's help our fellas out there that's confused. Okay, we're looking at the Matic. We're just gonna take everything away again, and let's see. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Or was it Matic? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with the weekly. As you can see, we are having a previous high right here at 1.96, and market failed to break that level. We came back down. Usually what happens is that you see the market go up, retest the previous high, create a higher low, then market continues back up. Well, it didn't do that this time. Market fell, market comes back down. So usually what happens, we can also take a Fibonacci from the highest point from 242 to the lowest point, as we can see right here at 1.49. And as you can see, when I'm drawing the Fibonacci, did you reach 10k yesterday? No, I didn't, but we're still on it. As you can see, when I'm dragging the Fibonacci from the highest point to the previous lowest point that we did have around 1.48, you can see how the 50% is combined with the higher time frames high, right? So Fibonacci is a retracement tool. If you didn't know that, now you know. We are calculating potentially where the market can come back up to and retest for a higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high. Right now we're looking for a lower high. The market could potentially come up to this level at 1.95 or 2.07, trying to break the level. But as long as we see the market failing breaking it, and you have potentially two legs that is telling you, hey, we're not going back down, up even more, that is the market continuing back down. And the targets that I'm having is also based on the Fibonacci, and that is around 1.28, and the second one is 0.79. We can also take a Fibonacci from the 4-hour chart. And this is the perfect thing. So if we want to see the market, if we want to see that these levels that I'm having on the higher time frames is accurate, I'm taking another Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart from the previous highest high to the low, and you can see that this 50% also is combined with the higher time frames Fibonacci. So this is a very strong level for the market to come up to and not have the power to break. 1.9600, market continues back down. So everyone who says that I do not know how to do Fibonacci, well, then they can come and tell me how to do it. Okay, so let's see what else. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is feeling good. Okay, we're looking at Doge. Okay, Kevin, hey girl, hi, how are you? I hope it's a lot of new people in this. I love the everyone who has been following me, but I welcome every new person who comes to my channel. So, introduce myself. My name is Natalie. I've been trading since 2018, and I have been at the charts ever since then. I love trading, and I just felt that I need to understand what this is, and so I did study the market every single day since I got introduced to trading. So if you are new on this channel and it looks like it's very easy for me when I'm drawing, it's because I've been sitting and doing this for us every single day since 2018. So practice makes perfect, right? So if you want to be able to do the markets the way I do, you have to practice. It's a lot of work, it's painful, but it's worth it. Nice to meet you, Natalie. What kind of trader are you? A day trader or scalper, or did just wait for opportunities? I just wait for opportunities, to be honest. I'm not a scalper. No, I'm looking at the higher time frames and I'm using those, but then I go down to the lower time frames. But no, I'm not a scalper. Okay, so we're looking at Dogecoin, looking at the monthly. We can obviously see that we did break the support at 0.20. 2000, sorry, going down to the weekly. Obviously we want to see how the market is behaving, and we did try to come up and retest that level, and you can see on the lower time frames how we are failing that. Oh my god, Mark, type to the moon and back and Google some here. Okay, let's see what can I say. And this is the same thing, guys. We did fail to break this high, this support at 0.2. And if we are now seeing the market go, let's see. Okay, so the support is really important because we did fail. But now we're having such huge momentum to the downside. But we can still use Fibonacci from 0.2110 to the lowest point at 0.1545. And if we would see market coming up for a quick retest at 0.1893, that could definitely be the market continuing even further back down. To what level? Okay, so we're using the higher time frames to see what potentially we can come back down to. We're gonna take away this Fibonacci first of all, and we're just gonna take a new one. So we're taking it from the lowest point, as we can see right here, at 0.0082, and that failed. So the market did fail and didn't respect the Fibonacci, obviously, because the market is going down so much. And so we're gonna skip that one. Well, we're gonna use this previous low or resistance that we did have at 0.0760. So from this level right here where we are, if we are breaking this support at 0.1576, that could actually take us back down to 0.0774, and then you just might see market continues back up again. But right now we are in between this previous support at 0.2000 and 0.1600, and we want to see how market's going to behave around that level. Obviously, we could potentially see market coming up and trying to retest 0.2000 again and then coming back down. But if we're breaking the support, we could definitely come back down to this low that I was just talking about. If we're breaking the resistance of this support at 0.2000, the next target that I can see market try to come up to is this level here around 0.2629. That's what I see. Okay, let's see, what else do you want me to look at? Dogecoin rune. So we never came up to the Fibonacci that I was having before. We're going to the weekly, and we did break the trend line, as you can see. I'm still gonna have it there though. Oh yeah, so we did come back down. So last time we were looking at Rune, I was talking about 5.9, and the market actually came back down to that level. And if we are breaking this support, the next support we can see market coming back down to is 5.287, because we're breaking one level, we're coming back down to the next level. So always use levels, because that's how the market is behaving. So whatever happens around here, I do not care about that. I actually don't care about 4.475 either, because right now we are in between 5.9, and potentially the next target we can come back down to is 5.2. So this one we don't even need. We don't need this one either. We don't need the trend line, but I want to have it here just so I see what I've done before. Yeah. If we from nowhere see market trying to come up, you're having the Fibonacci combine, the 50% combined with 6.5. And if you see the market now giving you bearish reversals, that could actually be the market taking you back down to 5.7 and 5.09. That's what I see, because the market is now just melting. So searching for long opportunities, that is just you trying to follow your emotions, nothing more than that. Okay, and Claudio Gidan, thank you so much. Block. Oh no, I have not done Ethereum. I have not done that. Okay, so let's see what we can have. Okay, let's see. Starting off with okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, we are looking at the monthly, or the weekly, the daily, and let's see what can happen right here. Okay, so first target that I could potentially see market coming up to retest for a short positions is 0.082000. And if we are taking Fibonacci from highest point to the lowest point, you can see that we are having the Fibonacci slightly below, so we can just spike through it, and then you just might see the retest. The second leg, the targets that I'm having is 0.056, 0.042, and 0.029. Claudio Gidan, are you happy about that? Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely 0.081700, something around that level. Just looking at this weekly support that you're having, you just might retest it. Market continues back down. But if you would see the market now really trying to break this level and you see huge bullish candlesticks, obviously that is not gonna be accurate at all. I cannot see what she's looking at. It's just because you do not have my eyes. Of course you cannot see what I see if you do not know how to read the market the way I do. Okay, we're gonna look at Luna. And let's see. Okay, let's see, what can we see on Luna? Oh, yeah. We're coming back down. We came back down to this previous resistance that we're having on the weekly, and that is around 50, 51. And we came back down. I just so I can see why the market is reversing back down is 62.45 to the lowest point at 51, and that is why the market is reversing right now, because the market came up to the Fibonacci levels. The market goes back down right now. If you see the market coming up a little bit more and retesting maybe 57.53, because usually before I'm going into markets, I want to have the second leg, and then market continues back down. You can even see market coming up and retest 50% off this fake out that we did have to the upside. These two candlesticks is for me a fake out to the upside, pretending the market will come up. Market closes with a bearish candlestick, also engulfing the bullish one. You might see the 50% retest, as you can see on the 61% level, and that is around 58.59. Market continues back down to levels. Obviously this previous support at 51.54, And if we are breaking that level, we don't have to do that, but that could take us back down to 45.95 too. And if you start to see market actually coming up to let's say 62.74, you can also have the reverse from that level. Market continues back down. So the targets that I'm having, I always looking at the market if we're having how the candlesticks is working with them, and if the Fibonacci is only accurate if you see the market actually respecting it. If you're having huge candlesticks breaking it, obviously you don't want to sell the market just because you're having the Fibonacci. It's so many things outside that. So that is very important to understand. So when they call me Crypto Natalie, Crypto Queen, I'm using so much more than that. But what did I say? I don't remember. Fibonacci Queen or whatever. I forget. Confused. I do not always use the Fibonacci. It's a very good tool, but it's so much more outside that. Okay, we're gonna take away everything so we can understand what we're looking at. So we're looking at BTT, and we're having a previous support, as you can see right here, at 0.002. It's so many numbers. Okay, so looking at the 12-hour chart. Okay, so we're having a previous support at 3013, and we're also having a Fibonacci from 4073 to 1965. And we can also see that 3013 is combined with the support and the 50% of the Fibonacci level. And if we're seeing the market now coming up and retesting this level, and we're starting to see the market is actually it's respecting this level, and it gives me 2 touches, and the second leg is below the first leg, that is for me a super good sell opportunity. It's the targets that I'm having. Obviously want to see how the market will behave around the support at 2,200. If we're breaking that level, you can come back down to 1,522. 1,532, I'm sorry. And this was also, if we're just taking away the fib, going back in time, you can see that this was a support which the market tried to break. The market failed to do that. And you can see, and that's the same thing. You can see the retest from the support, market goes back down. Sounds Italian, so it's like singing, and I guess you should move your hands. Okay, so we're gonna look at Crow, and thank you so much guys for being on this live stream together with me. I'm super happy to have you here. As long as you are polite to each other and to me, we can have a pleasant live stream, right? We are here to learn how to look at the charts, and I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. That will forever be a question you will have in your side of your head. And if you haven't liked this live stream, please do that. It would be super nice of you. Okay, so let's see. We're looking at Crow. I'm gonna take a Fibonacci from the lowest point from 0.9886 around that level to the highest point 7546, and we are going back down. We did break the support that we can see that we're having on the daily chart right here. It looks just like Bitcoin. We did break the support at 5,496. We are having the retest from that level also one time. And right now it looks like we can break let's see, this level. I just want to see how it looks on the lower time frames. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, so we're taking Fibonacci from 5438 to the lowest point 5231, and if the market comes up and failed to break 5358 or 5335, that could be a lower high created, and that could take us back down to the support at 5262, 5183, and the third target doesn't have to come back down there, but that could be 5075. Yeah, so the market did break the support, created a lower high, lower low, market lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Market comes up, create a lower high again, and market then goes back down. SRM. Thank you for the TA, Natalie. You're welcome. Okay, so we're looking at SRM on the weekly chart. First of all, we're just gonna take everything away, so we're just starting over from the beginning, right? So we're taking a Fibonacci, and we did break it. We did have a clear breakout and retest from that level. Let's see, that is on the weekly. So let's just adjust it a little bit on the daily chart. So you had a clear breakout and retest from this level, and from the resist trend line, and right now we did almost we did have a retest, but if we are right now see the market coming up again, Merryman, if you see the market come up again to 3.55, and we could see if we see the market coming up to this trend line combined with the Fibonacci, that could take us even further back down. So the targets that I'm having is 3.1, is 2.9, it's 2.6. As you can see, market is just melting as everything else. but we're also having this previous support at 2.7. So if we're continuing back down, it looks like we can do that. So the market will could definitely bounce off of that level. And you can see that my last target that I'm having based from the Fibonacci at 2.6 is also slightly below that level. So you just might have a wick to the downside from it, and then you just might see market coming up and find this previous support as support again. So we just have to let the market fall back down to find a support, and then you just might see the market continues up again. I hope you remember me. What should I do with Matic? Merryman. We did already go through Matic, but we're definitely gonna look at it for you. So on Merryman, if I see market coming up to either 1.95 or 1.997, that could be the market actually creating a lower high for then continue back down to 1.7 and 1.5. That's what I see. And yeah, I'm not looking for any buy opportunities right now because the market is obviously just breaking to the downside. So that is why I'm looking for short positions. Okay, we're gonna look at A to A. I thought you were crazy last week when you talked about some low positions and all the Moon Boys YouTubers were talking opposite. Now I know I should always trust women. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to hear that you can trust me. Not all the time, because I can also be wrong, but okay, so looking at A to A, we came up before. I don't remember the last time we were looking at this pair, but we're obviously we did come up and retest. It looks like we did come up and retest this Fibonacci that we did have, and we are continuing back down to the targets that I was talking about. We are having the targets 1.1 and 1.03. Okay. And we are right now retesting the trend line that I'm having also. But we're having 1 to 3 wicks right now. But this weekly candle is pretty strong. And the daily we are retesting. We did have a bullish candlestick against it, but it looks like we're failing it. And right now we are actually retesting 50% of this fake out that we're having. So market comes up retesting the 50% of this fake out to the upside. It looks like we are coming back down inside the trend line again. Market failed that. So potentially right now what we just might see is that the market is actually going to break to the downside. So from this level right here is it's perfect to go for sell positions, but I'm no financial advisor. But the targets is 1.2, 1.179 and 1.157 based on this Fibonacci that I'm having. Although it's refreshing to see a female trade on YouTube, it's about the gender. Yeah, exactly. It has nothing to do with me being a woman. Okay, what else do you want me to look at? I think I saw AR. ARUSDT. Nirai, we were looking at Dogecoin in the beginning of this live stream. And on AR, we also came back down to the level that I was talking about yesterday at 34.46, around that level. We're almost there. And from this level, we could definitely bounce up a little bit more. But we're taking Fibonacci from 41 to the lowest point at 35. We already came up and retested the 50%, but we could definitely see market coming up a little bit more. And if you're respecting 39 and you see the market actually going back down, or you can see that the market is giving you reversal patterns, something like this, like you're having a lot of dojis and maybe a golfing candles, that could take us back down to 34.49. And if we're breaking this support, we could definitely come back down to 25. But the targets that I'm having based on the Fibonacci is 34, 31, and 28. But we just might see a little pullback if we're having this, if this candle, but we did have, okay, so this was before the daily chart. Yeah, so the first target is obviously 39. If you see the market breaking that level, I would see how the market's going to behave around 43, because that is the previous support, just might turning into a new resistance. We did also look at Luna, guys. Okay, so we're gonna look at Ethereum. I'm just gonna take everything away so I can see exactly what's happening. Okay, so when I'm adjusting my trend line, it's we did break it, and right now we can come up and retest it. So what we're doing is that, or I'm doing, taking a Fibonacci from 4,144 to the lowest point, and that is around, let's see, yeah, we can take it from 3,000 to 3,759. Looks like we did create the lower low, so what market needs to do right now is to create a lower high for then continue back down. The targets that I'm having is 3,671, is 3,469, and 3,330. I think that was it, yeah. Looking at the higher perspective, we're taking Fibonacci from lowest point to the highest point. And we can see that Fibonacci that we're having, we are right now respecting the weekly Fibonacci for the market to break to the upside, but I do not believe the market will break to the upside right now. I strongly believe market will continue back down to this wick that we're having around 3,363. Then you just might see market consolidate for a while, and then I do believe market will continue back up. Men's and women's brain, the process is pretty different though. The breakdown is different, like two different equations. Okay, let's see, what else do you want me to look at? What else you want me to look at, guys? XTZ. Okay, we're looking at XTZ, and we have been here yesterday. We came up, we did try to retest this previous support that we did have. Market failed that, market came back down. Right now we are trying to retest for 4.579, and looking at the lower time frames, we're having so many wicks to this level, and it's very okay. So this market hasn't moved at all for a couple of hours. That is the super boring market, guys. Super boring. But if we're taking fib from 5.685 to the lowest point at 4.1010, that could actually, because looking at this, it looks like we can come up to 4.84. 5.041 and create a lower high, and then just market continue back down. And the target, also based on this Fibonacci that I'm having, is 3.6, it's 2.7 and 2.007. And at that point, you're also coming back down to this lowest support that I'm having. Obviously, the market is not just going straight down. The market comes to find another support. It looks like we're going up, we go back down. So market is slowly going sideways. Maybe trying to fake us out with pretending that we're breaking the trend line, but we're coming inside, market goes back down. So this is obviously long time target. Long time target is not that far away, but the market goes up and down, as you all can see. So it takes a while for the market to come to these levels. Hello from Portugal, great content, thank you. Thank you so much, Richard. Okay, we're looking at ECP. And we did break the support that I was talking about yesterday. And we never came up. Oh, we almost, no, we didn't. So this was a long time ago. But we did retest the support at 228.53, and we are right now at the wick that we're having around 23.98. So the market might just now create a support from that level. Going back in time, we want to see, have we been here before? Okay, so that is the lowest point, as I can see. So from this level, you just might bounce from it, and then you're continuing back up to 28.36. And if the market now respects it and it gives you wicks and engulfing candles and just might two touches, the market could definitely continue back down. But we're also having a Fibonacci as we can use. So if we're seeing the market now coming up, and you see the market respecting 36 and also the trend line, that could be the market creating a lower high, because this is actually a lower low that we did create. We're having small pullbacks, but we just might have a bigger pullback, a lower high, and then market continues back down. And that could be around 23 to the support again, and then you just might see the market continue back up. That is why it's really important why we're using all of these levels to see how the market's going to behave around them. So just because I'm giving some levels, it doesn't mean the market will respect it. That is why it's really important that you understand market structure with candlestick patterns combined with Fibonacci. It's simple things, guys. And when you understand that, you will be more secure about how you're looking at the charts. And at that point, it doesn't matter what anyone else is saying, because at that point, you understand your own analysis. You understand how market is moving. If someone says, yeah, the market might do this and that, I don't care about that. I'm looking at the candlesticks. So for me, looking at candlesticks is just like you reading a sentence. Because candlesticks are the language of trading, right? It always tells you what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we're looking at XRP and we're still inside of this triangle right here. And I'm taking Fibonacci from 1.22 to the lowest point at this previous leg that we're having right here on the wick at 0.58. And if we are seeing the market, and that is on the weekly, we came back now to this previous trend line that we're having. If we are coming back down to that level, let's see how it looks on the lower time frames. So the market is actually just going sideways, as you can see right here. So we are bouncing in between 0.76 and 0.85. If you see the market breaking this support, that just might be a fake out to touch the trend line again, and that is 0.744, around that level. You see the market retesting it, so that could be the fake out. You see the retest of the real support, market comes up, and if we are seeing the market coming up to maybe 0.97 or 0.90, that could be the market starting to break to the downside again. So that is the market creating another lower high, because looking at the overall picture, the market is going down and we can all see that. But if the market from nowhere starts to break to the upside, we have to break this previous lower high that we're having around 1.0090, and you want to see a clear breakup retest. And if we're coming back up, we are looking at this previous trend line that we're having again, because that just might take us back down. Capiche? Does everyone know what I'm talking about? And if you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and like this live stream while I am looking at this pair, guys. And after every live stream that I'm having, you will see in the description that I will put up exactly what types of coins I've been looking at, and I'm taking everything in order. So if you want to go through the live stream again later, you will have all of the coins right here. And looking at the description, you also can see that we have on Bybit a bonus up to $4,100 right now if you're using the link that I'm having in the description down below. If you're a swing trader, super good platform for you if you want to have low fees while holding your positions for a longer time. If you're a day trader, you can use a bonus. You can get a bonus up to 25% added to your deposit by using the Bitcoinsensus code, and that is more if you are a day trader. So guys, you will have the links in the descriptions if you're just scrolling down below. Okay. Let's see, what else do you want me to look at, guys? Cake for Ankit. Hello, how are you, Ankit? I'm super happy to have you here. I was just about to write Ankit. Okay, so we're looking at cake. We're looking at cake. Maverick is here. Oh! So happy! I was just thinking about you, Mark. I was thinking, is he still on this live stream? And you are. I'm so happy. Okay, we're looking at cake for Ankit and looking at the day and the weekly chart. We're just gonna start over for you so you can see exactly. So we're having a previous support at 12 or 13, as you can see. That is on the weekly. We did come back down and retested the support at 10, but that is on the weekly, guys. So remember, we are right now coming up to the previous support that we did break. So if we are taking Fibonacci from 14.78 to the lowest point at 10.72, if we see the market now respecting, but we're having some huge momentum right now, but if we would see market respecting 13.22 and you see the market failing to break it, that just might be the market coming back down to the support again at 10.20. At that point, you want to see how the market's going to behave, obviously, because it looks like this is the support that we're having. I don't have so much data more than on this pair. So we just might come back down and bounce from that level before we break into the upside again. But if we now would see the market actually breaking the support and creating it as a new support, we obviously want to see how the market's going to behave around this previous support at 14.83. We can also, let's see how we can also do this. So we're taking Fib from 20 to the lowest point to 11. And it could also take us back up to even these targets, 16 and 15. Same thing here. If you start to see the market having trouble breaking it, it just might take us back to the support at 12 again and then continues to the upside. Because the market did create a lower low, might just come up and create a lower high, and then we just have to see how the market's going to behave around the support and the support at 10. Natalie to the moon. Hey, the moon. Carl, how are you? I hope you're good. I hope you're still on this channel hearing this. I hope you're good. I had a wonderful time making the content with you yesterday. Okay, let's see what else. Carl wants to see Ethereum, Bitcoin. Oh, he told you that? I'm not sure if I believe you, but I can definitely look at it. Let's break 300 live viewers. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay, so let's see what is on the weekly. Ethereum against Bitcoin. We're taking this previous resistance at 0.76. What I also want to do is that I want to take Fib from 0.070. Yeah, it's 2-minute number 0.084, and that is combined. The 61% is combined with the resistance right here, and as you can see, if we are coming back down to 0.756 and we are holding it as a new support, you just might have a slightly fake out, but as long as we see the market holding itself around this level, that could actually take us back up. And the targets that I'm having is 0.088 and 0.95. So that is what I potentially can see happening. So that is on the weekly. I didn't even go down to the lower time frames, but we're having such a huge candlestick right now, so it looks like we can kind of come back down to that level. But looking at the lower time frames, we just might come up right now and retest 0.081 comes back down, and the targets, the last target that I'm having is also combined with the weekly Fibonacci, and that is 0.007. So it looks pretty good. Hasta la casta. Okay, so we're gonna look at Luna against Bitcoin. Kind of look the same. So we're starting off with taking fib. And I actually want to take it from this low at 5,813 to the highest point as we're having, and that is on the weekly. So I'm just gonna take another Fibonacci. So if I see market coming up to 13,297, 13,478 maybe, the market, and if you see the market fail that, you could come back down to 10,440, and you can also come back down to the Fibonacci levels that are the reversal levels at 8,877, and then you just might, same thing here. So when the market is coming to this, so when you're having Fibonacci on the lower time frame, so for example the 4-hour chart, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, the lower time frames, usually what happens is that you just see the spike through that level, the 50 and 61% that I'm using. But when you're having the market, if you're using Fibonacci on the higher time frames, for example the 4-hour chart, the weekly chart, or the monthly chart, usually what happens is that the market is just consolidating in between those levels. As you can see, when I'm having a Fibonacci on the lower time frames, you can see it's a smaller distance between the 61% and the 50%. And you can see on the higher time frame, you see, obviously you see the market is the distance between the 50 and 60% is much larger. So what happens when the market is coming to the higher time frames Fibonacci is that you see the market bouncing in between the 61% and the 50% until the market actually starting to break to the upside. So on the smaller time frames, when we're using Fibonacci, or I'm using Fibonacci because at this point I'm doing that, on the lower time frames, you just usually have a wick to it. It just go quick. On the higher time frames, the market is consolidating in between those targets. Okay, Bitcoin is pumping. Let's see what's happening. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, we're looking at Bitcoin and see what can happen. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with taking fib from 50,101 to the lowest point at 46,677. And if we are right now seeing the market coming up, because the market did create a lower low right here, as you can see. And if we're coming back up to 48,793 and we start to see the market respecting it, that could definitely be market coming back down. So yeah, market is pumping right now. Yes, it does. But This is when you have to have the feelings in control, right? Because as the first thing that happens when you see the market is going back up is that you're like, yeah, the market's going up forever. This is just might be the market having some momentum at this time, but you also have to, you just have to see how the market's going to behave around these levels. So for example, let's see, oh, okay, no, I want to see how it look on the 2-daily chart. Okay, so we're having a support where the market on Bitcoin is having trouble to break, obviously. So as long as we understand what type of time for or what type of market we are in, the market is bouncing in between the 51,000 and 46,000, 47,000. And if we understand that, we know that usually what happened is that market breaks. The market is coming back down from resistance to support, from resistance to support again, or support to resistance. So we kind of understand that the market is just bouncing in between the support and resistance, right? So the market looks like we were supposed to break it. Market came inside. You saw the fake out. You saw the retest. Now the market can come up to the resistance. And when we're coming up to the resistance, this is the same thing, that you definitely have to look at how the market is behaving around this resistance. So you are not having the same scenario happening right here above here. Okay, so super many fake outs. So many people get trapped. Oh, Ralph! Ralph! I'm so happy! Okay, maybe is that too little? Just 1 second, my fellow, my people. Just 1 second, guys. Can you look at AVAX? Yes, of course I can. We're gonna look at AVAX. Okay, so we're just gonna take everything away from here. We're having this previous resistance at 70.84. Yeah, we are inside the Fibonacci, as we can see right now, but it looks like we can come back down. So I'm gonna take that one away for now. No, I'm actually gonna have it. Sorry. So this is what happens, as I told you guys, when we're using Fibonacci on the high time frames, is usually the market is consolidating in between the levels 50 and 61%, as you can see right now. And if we see the market coming back down now to 69.79, that could just be a fake out. And then you see the market coming inside and retest 80.92, 920. And then you slowly start to see market breaking to the upside again. That is definitely something that I can see happening, because we're having such huge, not huge momentum, but you still can see on the lower time frames that the market is creating lower lows and lower highs. This could be the last lower low. Market starts slowly breaking to the upside. You see the retest of the weekly Fibonacci. Market continues back up. So that is highly something that I can see happening. So I do not believe the bearish momentum is over. I definitely don't see that. Last pin to low, Smoking Joe. Are you talking about my Fibonacci? There's so many people having so many opinions about my Fibonacci. I don't understand why. Like, why do you have so much opinions about it? You do you, and I do me, right? Can you link? Go take your opinion to Chico Crypto or whatever. Okay, let's see. We're looking at link for Black Moon Gaming. Okay, whatever about that one. So we're looking at, I still want to look at weekly. We're having a support right here at where the wick is, around 15.091. And it looks like we can come back down to that level. I do not believe the market will continue back up from it, from where we are right now. I do believe it has to come back down to fill this wick that we're having. Looking at the lower time frames, I'm taking fib from 20.38 to the lowest point at 7.7. And if we are seeing the market coming up to 19.3 and you start to see the market not having the power to break it, you start to see the market coming back down. You see the retest that could take us back down to 17, to 15, and to 15.2. So that is what I see right now on link, because the market is just going, I mean, looking at this previous daily candlestick, so you just might have a pullback, but market is too heavily bearish candlesticks right now for the market to just break from nowhere. Shiba Inu. Oh. Okay, we're starting over on Shiba Inu. Same thing here. We're having a support where the market can come back down to around 2004.82. And we can also see market coming back, and we kind of almost retested it at 3,152. But that is on the daily. And we are still below this trend line, as you can see. So it's pretty far away, but you could definitely see the market pumping. And if you see the market coming to this, coming up to the resistance again, trend line, sorry, and you see the market maybe trying to fake us out, you see the retest, you just might bounce down to 3,151 again. So, but we are at the previous resistance, so this just might be the market creating a support. So from this level where we are right now, we definitely want to see how the market's going to behave around it. We're taking fib from 3,669 to the lowest point at 3,253. And we did already retest the 50 and 61%. But if we're coming up again and you see the retest, looks like we can break it actually. But if we're not breaking the previous lower high at 3,661, you just might see another retest, then market comes back down to the support. Please, which platform are you using to analyze the crypto market chart? I'm using TradingView. Ego. Francis? E.G. What's... It's not even existing. Phantom. Thank you, Nat. No problem, Lauren. And thank you so much, Mark, for helping me out on this live stream. You're super, super nice. Did we have Devor on here too? Or was it just you? Okay, so let's see what's happening on Phantom. So we're coming back down to this previous support, as you can see, around 1.17. And going to the weekly chart, yeah, market's just falling back down. But if we're coming back down to 1.19, obviously we want to see how market's going to behave, because look, going back in time, we can see that this is the typical fake out. You see the market breaking the level, market comes up, you respect the trend, the support, and then market goes back up. So we could definitely have the same thing happening right here to where we are right now. So you just, I definitely would look at how the market's going to behave around 1.118. Taking fib from 1.4 to the lowest point at 1.25, that could take us up to 1.4. And if we see the market respecting this support combined with the Fibonacci, that could take us back down to 1.2 and 1.07, and that could be the fake out. Market comes inside, market continues to the upside. So that is what I see right now. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm actually gonna end this live stream, but thank you so much, guys, for being on this live stream with me. And I'm super happy to have so many people on my YouTube, and thank you so much for all the subscribers, and thank you all for the polite comments that you've had. Most of them were very nice, but what can a woman expect, or a man, huh? So thank you so much, and remember, guys, on Bybit we do have a bonus up to $4,100, depending obviously how much you are depositing into that platform. But thank you so much, and we see each other in tomorrow's live stream. If you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and do that. I will take every coin that I've been looking at and have it in the description. And thank you, Mark, thank you, Lauren, thank you, Seblux, and thank you, John, Lauren, Maverick, Roll, Black Moon Gaming, SNK, George, who else? Marco, Philip, Hustle, Pace, Francisco. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day, have a good night, and we see each other tomorrow. Bye.